Good evening everyone and welcome to TT_P Cars. It is Season 3, Round 4. It is the Renault Roulette and it is of course Project Cars 2 here at the Autodromo Internacional de Algarve, or as the real life name goes, Portimao. I'm James Head 14 and I'm going to be taking you through the action for both Renault Roulette and indeed for the Renault RS series, which will follow after this. Hopefully we're going to be getting a good attendance here tonight to have racing actually been taking place. If there was anything less than 6 or 7 drivers, then we wouldn't be starting the race, but it looks like we are. I've got the stream up anyways. If there's any changes to that, of course I will be the first to let you all know. And of course we are here at Portimao for or the Algarve. We are in southern Portugal for tonight's action. And if you don't know this track too much, it was thought to be of an F1 track. It was set up to be an F1 track, however financial difficulties for the track and for the owners have put paid to that lofty ambition. However, the circuit nevertheless remains a widely used facility as among the top motorsport venues in Portugal, and it was opened only in 2008, 11 years ago, so that might be older than some of your kids out there, to be honest. But there we go. Oh, 2008, absolutely unbelievable. Of course, this track can hold 100,000 spectators at full capacity. World Touring Cars has been around there recently in 2018. The World Touring Car Championship being around there, of course, and it's going to be fantastic action to see out on track. And as always, I have got the championship standings for tonight's action that will unfold out on track. We've got the Renault Roulette first, and we are about to start. Literally, as soon as I turn my head, we're starting, which is absolutely fantastic. Renault Roulette series out of round 3. Of course, we were at Watkins Glen last week. Mummy Papa on top with 64 points, followed by Andy in second on 62. Sean in third on 59, with Alan Kay in fourth on 50. Frank in fifth on 44. Crusher Bro in sixth on 26. Jesse in 7th on 20, This Is War in 8th on 15, and Theo Daly in 9th position on 11 points. They're the only 9 to have actually scored points this season. The same 9, apart from McKinder for you, have scored points also in Renault RS, and I will come on to the standings as soon as we come on to there. It's very, very dark out on track. I've never had to commentate. I honestly love this track. It's one of my favourite tracks on this game. We've got only 5 drivers. We've got Tiers Leroy back with us, which is fantastic to see. Got Alan Kay, Frank, Andy and Crushable. So this should be quite interesting to see. Of course, 15 minutes gonna be as always out on track, and we are about to begin already. I was just about to check the comment section. No time for that. I'll get onto that in due course. But the sequence is on, and we're about to go green here in the Algarve, and Taze Leroy gets a very good start. Somebody bogging down off the start. Andy has already gained a few positions off the start. Of course, this is the Clio Cups that we are using here around Algarve. It is going to be, I would expect, over 2-minute lap times here for the Algarve. For the Clio Cups around here, as Andy goes down the inside of Taze Leroy into turn 1. Of course, this is the flat out section. You don't go through the little chicane on the right hand side. There are 2 different layouts of this track. 2.9 mile in length this track, as Andy goes down the inside. Crusher Ball trying to get down the inside of him, nearly 3 wide as they come up the hill now in towards the end of the first sector. The end of the first sector, of course, will be coming up after we come through down the hill. And we get my track map up as we come down through turn 5, then into turn 6, which is Torre Vip, which is this corner down here. Don't outbrake yourself into here. Frank is moving up to P3 in the meantime. Taze Leroy dropping down the field early. Alan Kay just in behind, but Andy leads the way. Crusher Bro in second, Frank in third. Taze Leroy now overtaken by Alan Kay. So Alan Kay, the Irishman, now up to fourth as we see Crusher Bro going down the inside here. Fantastic move down the inside. I think he was going to have right away of the corner. A little bit of contact with the rear end on Andy's car, but Crusher Bro is through and he is into P1. And good evening to everyone that is tuning in here tonight. Of course, Project Cars 2 action here for this fantastic the TTG Project Cars. And it's Crusher Bro who leads the way as they come to the top of the hill. The highest point on the track at Portimao. Famously, that is the corner name where the track is actually named from. We are in Portimao in southern Portugal here tonight. Now through turns 12 and 13, then through 14, you will really get to see the elevation changes, especially if you come through turn 15 into Gulp, which is turn 15 round here. But the Crusher Brawl leading the way. He was just trying to have a side-by-side battle there with Andy, not giving it too much hand. There is the elevation change coming through turn 15. If you lose the back end through there, you're really going to end up in the wall. I've seen very serious crashes there before in Gabra, where I've commentated on the action around here before. There. Go on board then with Andy, who was trying to close in on Crusher Brawl, running down the straight. Looks like Crusher Brawl's just got enough straight line speed. Frank in third, begin to close up as well to run down through turn 1. Beautiful night light action here as Frank loses the back end through turn 1. Andy picks up a penalty as well as a result. I think he was trying to slow down to serve that penalty. So he is down to he's down into second, but he's got a second penalty, and I will go on with timings actually just to prove that. There you go. That is a second penalty for Andy, who's currently in second place. But on to lap 2 we go. To Crusher Bro who leads, Andy in second, Frank in third, with Tiz Leroy in fourth, and there is Alan Kay in fifth place. Very easy to call through the names here tonight, of course, with there only being 5 drivers out on track. If you are wanting to join in, of course, please do come in and attend the Renault RS series. If you are going to be new to Project Cars, if you have signed up and you haven't attended Crusher Bro going over the curb there, losing the back end, that was inevitable. Catching the curb on the inside, and he's going to go around the outside line now on the inside line as he comes through towards Portimao, which is at the top of the hill here. Now Andy is through into P1. The Scotsman leads, and Crusher Bro in second, Frank in third. The back end really does like to step out in these Clio Cups. Of course, you have been aware that these Clio Cups have been run here before. Crusher Bro down the inside, fantastic move though, at Portimao through, and he's up to P1 with Andy in second, Frank in third. Tez Leroy has just been overtaken by Alan Kane. I think Tez Leroy has actually had a bit of a mistake there, coming through up towards Portimao at turn 12. Alan Kay is now up into P4, so doing a nice job there, the Irishman. We'll tune into the comment section now, see what you guys are saying out on track. Of course, we've got the Renault RS01 series coming up after this. 2 more commentaries for me tonight. Dilborn saying I would suck so much if I raced. Crusher Bro says let's go, and Stephen Daly, Theo Daly, coming in and saying gutted I can't make the racing action tonight. I'm gutted that you can't make it either, but hopefully you're enjoying yourself regardless and tuning in to what is going to be a wonderful commentary. Crusher Bro sets a new fastest lap. In fact, Frank just beats him with the fastest lap, and he is down on the inside now towards Andy. Through turn 1 they go. But Crusher Bro leading the way. He's just getting a little bit on the upper hand now. 7.5 tenths leading through sector 1 they go. And through turns 2 and 3 they go now. Crusher Bro now running up the hill. Again, the elevation change quite severe around here, but it shouldn't put pain to anybody's chances here tonight. It is a very difficult track to get a hold of at the best of times here in the Algarve. As they now approach Torre Vip for the 3rd time on lap 3, and we're already 5 minutes through here in Renault Roulette. It is the Clio Cups here tonight, and it is Crusher Bro who leads the way, Andy in second and Frank in third. And if you thought the action would be boring with just 5 races, it's not. We've got the top 3 separated by a second. Absolutely fantastic stuff. But Crusher Bro leads as they come up through Craig Jones and Samsung now at turn 9. Now through Craig Jones at turn 10. Famously named after one of the drivers that has had success around here, of course, in the Algarve before. 6/10 separating the top 3. Crusher Bro not getting away too easily as Andy. Is he going to try and dive it down the inside here? In fact, he's lost the back end coming through turn 11 at Portimao, just into the entrance into Portimao. Tez Leroy has struggled quite a lot so far. He's off in the end at the start of sector 2 there, just coming through turn 7 and 8, I do believe that is. That was at Samsung, sorry, at turn 9 that he'd spun there on the mini-map. But in the meantime, Crusher Bro leads the way, 1.3 seconds. Really, well, let's get a grip of this elevation change just to prove it. Look at the elevation change. It's about a 30-foot drop off the landing side, essentially, onto the bottom of the hill there. And Crusher Bro leads the way, 1.2 seconds. Andy in second. Everyone's just spaced out a little bit. Frank in third as they come across the line to start lap 4. The start-finish line is further on. They have just got the start-finish line there, but the start-finish line is further on. That is just after where the grid positions actually are. Crusher Bro taking it nice and easy going down to turn 1. Andy a bit more aggressive on the brakes there and beginning to close them down. 9/10 separating the top 2 with Frank just in behind in third. Alan Kay running around in 4th place, looking good, 9.2 seconds off the pace. Should be able to pick them up. If these three start passing, Alan Kay could come back into this and potentially score a podium here tonight. Taze Leroy struggling at the back, and the rest of his own teams at the back there. He's just coming across the start-finish line now to start lap 4. But back in front, it is Crusher Pro who leads the way as we approach the halfway stage here in TTG Project Cars. It is the Renault Roulette and it is the Clio Cups here tonight. Hopefully everyone enjoying the commentary so far. Of course, Renault RS1 series going to be coming round from here in just a short while, probably in around 15 minutes time I would imagine, as leading Crusher Pro who leads the way. Andy in 2nd, Frank in 3rd. Gaps just begin to extend out. Of course, remember, Andy has picked up that penalty. He has had the fastest sector 1 as well, 47.5 through first sector for Andy. Crusher Pro with a 47.6 respectively. Frank in 3rd, Alan Kay in 4th and Taze Leroy in 5th place. And I will get a drink between both races, so if I am a little bit delayed in starting the next stream, I am going downstairs for a drink because my voice is beginning to ache a little bit after just coming off the back of League of Europe commentary, which was absolutely thrilling. This is even more thrilling though. Andy right on the back of Crusher Pro, 4/10 of a second separate, and again Crusher Pro just making a little mistake coming through turn 15 there. Forgot the name of the corner, that's why I'm trying to look it up. I was too confident not to say Galpades. Now Andy down on the outside line. Is he going to see it? The Scotsman around the outside of turn 1. He'll give Crusher Pro right of way, and Crusher Pro maintains the lead. Flashing lights in behind for Frank. Bit like a driving disco going on, possibly, with some of the lights flashing going on. But there's Crusher Pro who leads the way. Andy in 2nd, Frank in 3rd. Alan Kay doing well to maintain the gap between him and Frank. It is around 10 seconds to leader for Alan Kay, but he's doing well. He's in the rest of his own, as I say, in P4. Taze Leroy running around by himself as well in P5, but they'll be hoping just to get to the end of the races now. Crusher Pro comes under sustained pressure now from Andy. Down on the inside line, can the Scotsman get this down the inside? Crusher Pro will hold the outside line. Not good enough for Andy to get moved up. As we are nearly more than halfway through, it is Crusher Pro who leads the way. Andy in 2nd, Frank in 3rd, with Alan Kay in 4th, Taze Leroy in 5th place. Of course, remember, qualifying and race for the first race in Renault RS's, and then we've got random grid for the second race. Change the format coming after round 1, of course. Come through Portimao once again. Crusher Pro leads the way, 9/10 of a second running down the hill. Andy in 2nd, Frank in 3rd, Alan Kay in 4th and Taze in 5th. No change to the order pretty much for the last couple of laps now or so. Just tune into the comments to see what you guys have been saying out on track. Or out in the comment section I should say, not out on track. I'm not really enjoying my night, but I'm enjoying the wrestling commentary. Keep up the good work. Well, hopefully your night will get a lot better by my commentary. And just think what you could be doing out on track right now. Just think. But Crusher Pro leads the way, 2nd leading from Andy in 2nd. Of course, Slipstream quite potent in these cars, to be honest. 9/10, 8/10 now dropping. Andy in 2nd, Frank in 3rd, Alan Kay in 4th, just running wide there through Galp. And Taze Leroy's made another mistake further down the field. He's in 5th, but as long as he finishes, he will be picking up valuable points. And I think that's what matters to both Alan Kay and Taze at this point. Don't think they'll have, unless anything happens up front, I don't think they will have an impact on the result. Looking at the previous lap times though, Alan Kay 203.9 compared to Frank with a 203.7. Alan Kay maintaining that gap nicely, I've got to say, in 4th position. But of course, points, I think, the name of the game as opposed to a race win here in Renault Roulette tonight. Of course, they'll be wanting to win, but looking at the timings, it looks unlikely at this stage. But Crusher Pro leads the way. The 2nd, the gap, Mandy in 2nd, Frank in 3rd, Alan Kay in 4th, and Taze Leroy in 5th. I think I keep on saying Faze Leroy. Not sure why I keep saying that. That is an esports organisation that I keep associating to with. Goodness me. But in the meantime, Crusher Pro leads the way, and the Norwegian, of course, crowned champion last year in Project Cars, and be hoping for more of the same here tonight, as we are halfway through the season here in the Algarve. And next week I am not going to be here. I will not be here next week. I know, break week for League of Europe luckily, but I'm not going to be here next week. Hopefully somebody will be taking my place for Project Cars commentary next week. The reason why I'm not going to be around is because I've got a family engagement, so I'm looking forward to that, and that is going to come before my commentaries. It is going to be, I'm not sure what time I'm going to be home. I'm probably going to be home late, might be a little bit drunk as well, so it's best not to commentate while drunk, because honestly you don't want to hear that. But Crusher Bro leading the way. I think I've got 2 more laps to go. Certainly for the top 4 we've got 2 more laps to go. In fact, we will have 2 more laps to go for the whole field. Crusher Bro leads the way, 2:01.2 compared to a Frank 2:02.1 last time around. Alan Kay dropping off Frank again, 12 seconds between those two at the minute. Here's Crusher Bro who leads the way with Andy in second, Frank in third, Alan Kay in fourth, Taze Leroy in fifth at this stage. And of course, as I said, I will be going for a drink after this race, so if I'm a little bit delayed, then I will be back as soon as possible. I'm literally going to hop-foot it out and then come back. But with a minute and 50 to go, fastest lap, Crusher Bro just wanted to find out what the fastest lap actually is. I will have a look on board with the fastest lap, and there you go. That is the best lap, 2:01.2 for Crusher Bro. Don't talk to me while you're driving though. I do not encourage that at all with any sort of race. Do not message me while you're driving. Focus on the driving and then you can message me afterwards. Andy with a 2-second penalty now. Frank in third, Alan Kay in fourth. Both penalties, by the way, picked up for Andy were due to track limits. The track limits for him. I'll get the timings off as we go on board with Crusher Bro. Andy only 9 tenths off now. Again, bit of the flashing lights. Crusher Bro sets the new fastest middle sector. With a 30.7 through the middle sector. It's nearly around 50 seconds for the first sector. You can really catch the back end there. And Andy taking a much sustained run. Much better sustained run. Alan Kay just off the left-hand side of the screen, by the way, coming through there. Let's take the wide out line, and we are about to come onto the final lap here in TTG Project Cars. This is Renault Roulette. This is race 1 out of 3 tonight. Of course, Renault RSs will follow soon after this. Crusher Bro leads the way. Andy in second, Frank in third, with Alan Kay in fourth and Taze Leroy in fifth. Those two, of course, will be picking up the points for fourth and fifth, which is good to see. Andy responds. New fastest lap of the race, 2:01.2 for Andy. Go on board with the timings. Yeah, that is quicker. So Crusher Bro under pressure now from Andy, who is beginning to come late on into the day. Frank has now dropped off this, looks out of it. It's between these two. It's between Crusher Bro and Andy. A sustained championship contention battle here for these two, I think. Crusher Bro, of course, wanting to take this win. He's down in 6th in the standings, 26 points. Andy will be taking the lead of the race, the lead of the championship. After this, very late on the brakes, down into turn 6. Very, very late on the brakes through Torre Vip. Now through turn 7 and up towards turn 8 and 9, which is, of course, named after Samsung, that famous mobile and place, whatever you want to name it as. Those famous things that they produce, the phones, the smartphones and the tablets and whatever else. Technology company, I think, is the best way to describe it. Crusher Bro, though, coming through up towards Portimao for the final time. Taze Leroy better come across the line as well. He's going to be in P5. He will get another lap in, which is good to see. But the Crusher Bro across the line, coming through the final sector. 2 tenths up through the middle sector. It's a 30.6 through the middle sector for Crusher Bro, and he has set a quicker first sector and a quicker second sector this time around. And Crusher Bro currently looking good, 1.5 seconds, beginning to pull away as he comes through Sagres for the final time, and then comes through Galp, of course, the pit lane on the right hand side of the track. But it is Crusher Bro who is going to be taking this, unless he loses the back end through the final corner. He's not going to be going to. Crusher Bro is going to be taking the win here. About to come across the start-finish line. Now, the Norwegian driver is going to win here in Renault Roulette. Crusher Bro takes the win. Oh, and that is bloody hell. That's in dramatic style. Andy crashes into him as well. That is one of the worst things I've ever seen. Frank in third. He's not going to flip it across the line or anything like that. Bloody hell. Alan Kay in fourth. We will wait for Tate Leroy to come around in fifth place as well. Alan Kay about to come across the line. The Irishman picking up good sustained points. He'll be coming across the line in fourth. Spins the car. Not quite as dramatic as Crushable's triple somersault with Pike there. Tom Daly would be proud of that. Tate Leroy now coming through Portimao for the final time. I'm not going to give that a score. That was not a dive at all. That was a car flipping out of control. But Tate Leroy, final one to complete here tonight for Renault Roulette. Of course, I will return very shortly indeed for Renault RSs. If I am a little bit late starting the stream, I do apologise in advance. I am going to be as quick as possible getting a drink here tonight. And looking at the comment section, Tate Leroy now coming through Galp for the final time. He's about to come across the line to finish in P5. So Tate Leroy will be coming across. My last was 0.877 but got invalidated. Tate Leroy across the line. Dramatic crash. Comes across the line to finish in fifth, and Crushaball says ouch after that crash. But it is him who takes the win here. Not with the fastest lap, however. That goes to Andy. Crushaball wins. Andy in second, Frank in third, Alan Kay in fourth, and Tate Leroy in fifth place. I'm going to end the stream now. I will be back within about 2 or 3 minutes, refreshed with a drink. I will be back for the Renault RS01s, which of course will be coming from Algarve as per usual. Thank you very much for watching Renault Roulette, and until about 2 or 3 minutes time, goodbye.